HHH1987.com.
Hip Hop since 1987, you rocking with your man El Dorado, and right now we are behind the beats with a producer that I guarantee you may not recognize his face, but you're definitely familiar with his sound. He goes by the name of Koke. How you doing today?
What's up, my man? What's going on?
Nah, I can't complain. Now, you've already worked with, your catalog, I should say, is already extremely detailed with some of the hottest artists in the game. You worked with Nicki Minaj, you worked with Chainz, you worked with Dom Kennedy, you worked with Rick Ross. So talk to us a little bit about yourself. Tell me, when did you get into production?
I got into production, man. I was a young man, around about 6th, 7th grade. I started out with a Boss DR660, a little drum machine, and a little Casio keyboard. Probably how a lot of young producers start out at the beginning with that Casio because it's so affordable. And I just was banging them out, man. And eventually grew up in the church, so, you know, music was second nature to me. Stayed doing it. Stayed on and perfected the art, perfected my sound, and I got to this point today.
Now, as I understand, you're a native of Mississippi.
Correct.
So talk to me about how Mississippi has kind of honed you or helped your sound to be what it is today.
Well, you know, Mississippi is like the birthplace of music pretty much. I mean, everything is pretty much stemmed from there. So a lot of time in the country, man, and a lot of time just sitting out listening to blues and gospel and just sitting out there on the porch with my uncle listening to Crucial Conflict. That's who introduced me to the rap aspect of music, because before then I was just out here making beats just to be making them, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But that's pretty much it, man. Everything that Mississippi had to offer, from the contemporary to hip-hop, all that, man, all that's been infused throughout my career, so.
Now, you're responsible for one of Nicki Minaj and Chainz's biggest singles to date, Bees in the Trap. You did Pirates for Rick Ross. Talk to us about, how do you get your music out? How do you get your music, you know, for up-and-coming producers who are watching this as well? How do you go about getting your music to these artists?
Okay, well, it's really about your network. You know what I'm saying? You have to build a solid network. At the time, I was working with a fellow producer who was 1/3 of Beats by the Pound, went by the name of Keno. He was introduced to me through a close friend of mine who was somewhat of an A&R named Big Swole, Streets on Swole. So we linked up, and he heard the Bees in the Trap record and presented it to Nicki Minaj, and he hit me back, and he was like, yo, we want to use this track. And I was like, great. And then I ain't hear nothing else about it until Bees in the Trap transpired. I was like, oh shit, that's me, son. So then it was pretty much after Bees in the Trap got solidified, it was all good from there. It just kind of snowballed into several other projects, and it turned out to be a very good year when Bees in the Trap came out.
Now, as I gave mentioned to when we began the interview, you previously, I'll say, went by the name of Koke, but I understand you're reinventing yourself. Talk to us a little bit about that.
All right, everybody out there, you get a piece of paper and a pen, and you put a name down, you put it in a hat, and then I'm going to pick from that name. But seriously, though, we are working on a transition into a different brand than Koke. So haven't came up exactly with a name per se, but we are in process of becoming a new entity, a new force. But same sound still gonna be out there. I'm still gonna be crushing the game.
I respect that. I totally respect that. Now, without giving too much away of your secrets, why don't you talk to us about some of the programs you use, some of the plugins you use, VSTs as well?
Well, it is really no secret, man. The Fruity Loops, man. You know, been down with Fruity Loops since 3. You know what I'm saying? Been rocking it a long time. So the Fruit is like my main component after I switched from doing hardware. Okay. So I use the Fruit and plugins. I use a lot of ReFX plugins, Nexus, Beast, Plastic. What else I use? So many, man. I probably got a couple hundred on there. My favorite currently, probably a lot of producers don't even know about, called Synth Plant, Pro 52, Pro 53, a lot of native instruments. Shout out to Massive, NI FM 8, FM 7, legacy sale. I'm just anything that makes sounds and I can tweak it, I'm on it.
Now talk to us a little bit about some of your musical influences, some of the people you grew up listening to that kind of inspired you to the point you are today.
Oh man, it's quite a deep, extensive list, man. Muddy Waters, B.B. King, you know, the blues legends, man. Poppin' Them Chillin'. Then like I said, my uncle put me up on Crucial Conflict. Now I went from Crucial Conflict to Player Fly. Who else? 3-6. Pretty much a lot of them down south icons. And after that, got to high school. I was real big on Dipset. And after high school, man, I switched up my college game. Heard Eminem for the first time. Lost my mind. Outkast. Lost my mind. There's been a lot of people, man. It's too many to name. Brownstone, Earth, Wind, and Fire. Jodeci, Jagged Edge, you name it. Pretty much I can draw inspiration from anybody at any time. So
now you already have a few hits under your belt. So as 2015 continues, what else can we expect from you?
The only thing I can tell you is just stay tuned, man. It ain't over yet. Far from over. It's just beginning in 2015. It's about to be some monumental things. You can believe that.
If people want to stay in tune with your movement via social media, how can they go about doing so?
You can follow me at Twitter on got_Koke, or you can hit me on Instagram, mferge, FURDGE, and just stay tuned. SoundCloud /crack cocaine, CRACKKOKANE. That's pretty much it, man.
You know what it is, your man Eldorado, hip hop since 1987. We live in Atlanta, as I gave mention to, and you are behind the beats with Koke. Make sure you stay tuned to hip hop since 1987 for a lot more from this brother, because as soon as his brand is changed, you'll get the details right here on hip hop since 1987.
Hip hop since 1987.com.
You've been dropping dope records consistently, man. Satisfying your fans. When can we expect that album? Can we talk on any features, production? What's going on?
We really wrapping up right now.
Okay.
We looking at May.
So you're on the tail end of May. That's what I like to hear. You have a title for it?
Remember my name?
Remember My Name. There you go. There you go.